Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing the July 2022 Scrawler Challenge. Anyone that doesn't know what the Scrawler Challenge is linked to, it's linked to a monthly subscription box, the Scrawler box. You can see my unboxing of this one on my last video, which I will put a link to in the description. We all get a different set of supplies each month. It's a mystery until we get it, and then we'll set a challenge to complete using these supplies. This month our challenge is In Bloom. Just a quick recap on what we got supplies wise. We got A5 acrylic paper, paintbrush, major brushes number 6. We got some Marabou fine liners in black in different sizes, that way around. And we got some acrylic inks. So today's video, I'm obviously going to be trying to make In Bloom, which obviously I'm looking at flowers. But I'm going to try a few different things with the supplies while I'm doing it. Normally I'd go away and experiment a bit more before taking on the challenge. But I thought I'd mix it up a bit. So I want to try and do it for 3 kind of different pieces. I also want to try something out for those of you that don't have a palette to mix, because we don't get one with this box. Okay, so this is what we had last time. These are the colours of the inks. So we had a green, yellow, red and a white, which actually stuck to the cover of the paper, and then the fine liners. So first piece is going to be quite a controlled piece, and this is where I'm going to experiment a bit with the idea for a palette. Right, if you remember last time I had trouble getting the lids off these, and I wasn't the only one. So we'll see where we go this time. Green was the hardest of the lot. Now it looks like the white is going to be. There we go. Right, so we've got our colours lined up. I've got water. That's the only thing I've added to the supplies. And let's start making our In Bloom. Kind of have a look back quickly at the featured artist work, and it's quite abstract. So I may let myself go a bit more abstract with this piece. We will see. It's not my forte. So palette wise, I'm going to just try putting some ink onto this other piece of paper and seeing if we can use it as like a kind of palette. Actually is kind of working. I mean, it's not going to be like when you have watercolours on a bit of paper as a palette, because acrylics won't be, these acrylic paints won't, acrylic inks even, won't be reactivated by water. but I think they take a while to dry in a big amount, so you might be alright. So let's just try and mix some up. Kind of like a pinkish colour. Like I said, I don't know how this is going to work, so it is lightening it on the paint. It is working. So yeah, you don't always need a special palette to use. You can also get like tear off palettes. I think they would work for this as well. But if you're just using what you've got in the box, I'm not really going for any particular flower, I'm just kind of doing flower shape here. Just to see what I can do with these. Towel, kitchen roll here to dry the brush. I want that green, see if I can make it a bit more intense on the leaf. I'm now just going to get some red on there. Ooh. I mean, the inks are really nice to work with. Okay, let's see if we can incorporate the fine liners. I don't want to ruin it, so I'm just going to try and maybe put some detail on the leaf or the stem. Let's go with the 0.4. That's relatively dry. Let's see how it works. It works quite nicely over the inks. It's not spreading or, you know, bleeding, that's the word I'm looking for. Okay, so this is my first go. and I'm quite happy with the way it's working, the way it's come out. Obviously you've not used the yellow in this, and it's quite a simple design. So let's see what we can come up with next. And this one might get a bit messier. Put that out the way to dry. Okay, another piece of paper from the pad. That I'm going to be using this brush a lot less. I'm going to be trying to put the paint straight onto the paper. It could work, it might not. Let's see how we go, especially in my dodgy hands. So let's push that out of the way. You know what, I'm going to do the stem afterwards. Let's start with the petals. I'm not squeezing the ink out all the time, I'm actually using the tip to kind of spread it in. This one's obviously going to take a lot longer to dry, so you might not see the finished product right away. I might have to do an extra bit at the end of the video to show you it when it's kind of dried tomorrow. I'm going to try not to add any more ink because there's a lot on it that I want to kind of get it all into the shape of the flower. Again, okay, apologies for that. My phone decided to jump out of the camera holder and go splat into the paint. So I've made more of a mess than I intended, including over my phone, which went a nice kind of shade of pink and green. But it didn't hit my current piece of work, so we'll carry on with that. Woo. Okay, so as I was doing, I was making the petals just by using the actual ink thing. I'm trying not to add any more ink to the drawing. I think you could probably do the same at the end of the brush, actually. There we go. I didn't really want to use it. I don't want to add any more ink either. I'll try and add another petal in. I mean, obviously I could use the brush itself here as well, but I want to try something different. Something a little bit more random even. Let's see what we can put in there. Make that one a bit. that's worked out quite nicely. Clean the end of the brush. So let's put the yellow back. I'm going to have to let it dry a little bit before I add something to the middle, I think. So let's try and get a stem. And a leaf. I'm not going to fill this. I'm just going to try and do the lines. I might do another leaf. Quite like that. It's quite an interesting way to use the paint. Oh, I think this is going to be really wet. Yeah. So I'm going to experiment with some red. I'm just going to drop a couple of bits in the middle. And we're just going to have to go with it. Kind of like an air bubble. Ah. Actually, you can kind of control it even. That's kind of cool. I quite like that. Bit different, maybe. Like the yellow off the top. But yeah, that's quite a nice way of using the paint as well. I think it's too wet for me to use the markers on it at the moment, but I think I might have gone and highlighted the petals a bit, but not too much. I might have gone with a 0.2 for that. Let's see if I can do any of it. Yeah, it's quite wet still, so it's not working terribly well. Might have to finish that off later. Ooh. Obviously you can also lift the paper to kind of control where the paint goes. So I was starting to head in directions I didn't really want it to. I must admit the paper's buckling, so I should have probably taped it down. But yeah, I mean, I'm quite happy with both pictures. The more controlled, the more random. I think actually the supplies are really good. Again, if you don't have a palette, you can mix on the paper. It's something I do quite often actually, because you also get a good idea of the colours and how they're going to show. I can't stop playing with this one. Only thing, I don't really see the need for the markers. I think I'd have preferred another colour of ink to go with them. But yeah, other than that, I really enjoyed myself. Had a bit of fun. Had a bit of treachery. No. Jeopardy, that's the word, when the phone fell. Hopefully it's still filming this. Other than that, I am done for today. If you like the video, please like it, subscribe, share. If you want to, you can see all my social media links down below. The unboxing video as well will be down there. And yeah, that's all for today. Take care, and I'll see you soon for another video. Goodbye.